to my channel. I'm beginning to really enjoy this kind of get ready with me while I review new products videos. Do leave me a comment down below if you're also enjoying this along with me, or if you'd like to see a slightly different format, so just leave a comments down below. Anyway, I've got for you today a full face of new Fenty Beauty products. I did a little bit of shopping a while ago and pick up some bits and pieces from Rihanna's beauty line, Fenty Beauty, and very excited to try those on for you today, do some swatches and let you know how they perform, so sort of a first impressions get ready with me video. And without further ado, let's get started. If you haven't already seen it, I've done a first impressions full face with Fenty Beauty, I think quite a few years ago when the Fenty Beauty first came out, so I'll leave a link down below to that video so you can check that out. I was really excited about the fact that she had a lot of new products come out, a lot of cream based products, and again, as usual, the shade range is phenomenal. So yeah, let's get started. As you can see, I have a no makeup on, bare face, and the first thing I have here is the new foundation. This is the Filt'r Hydrating Longwear foundation. Now, since this came out, I believe she's also come out with a powder foundation that I really like the look of. But I thought I'd give this a go. So this is meant to be a hydrating longwear, and I just love the packaging. It's got this kind of almost very urban monochromatic artwork design all over it. Absolutely love it. I've got this in the shade 260, and let's open this up so I can show you what it looks like. Ooh, very, very slick. So this is how it comes. It is plastic packaging with a white cap. Yes, there is a pump on here. That is very, very nice. And as usual, the packaging is just really lovely. I love the fact that you can actually see the shade, the color through the packaging itself. So everything is just really clean, really clear. I believe this retails for, let me have a look. This retails for this retails for $36, and there are a lot of shades just on the website on there. Yeah, the shade range as usual is absolutely phenomenal, so there we go. I'm sure everyone would find something that would suit you. So I'm just going to try this out, essentially see how it performs, feel what it feels like. I believe I'm just going to give this a bit of a shake as well. I've got the first foundation that she came up with, which was the Pro Filt'r Matte, and it was definitely a very matte finished. I quite liked it actually, but these days don't really wear a lot of full coverage matte type foundation. I very much prefer something a bit more hydrating, something more akin to a tinted moisturizer feel, very light base. So this is what the color looks like. I think it matches my skin a bit. Oh, it's very, very runny. I don't know, I'm just going to apply this with a brush, and I don't actually know how much to use, but I've got about a pump and a half on the back of my hands. I'm just going to dot this. Bit of redness there. I was just shaving my eyebrows really quickly. For my brush, I am using a Zoeva 104 buffer brush. Really lovely. I've been using this with all types of foundations, so is that it blends quite nicely. I do see it sort of settling into my lines right there. And again, I've just really quickly sort of used a brush to spread the product around. In terms of coverage, I find this is quite a light to medium coverage on the viewfinder that I'm just looking on there. My skin looks really good, it's really glowy. That's probably because of the lights. I'm going to use the rest of the product to get rid of some redness here as well. But I think close up and in the mirror, I can definitely see hasn't covered up any of my acne scarrings or acne. It is okay on the redness, but I can see as well there's lots of redness left. So I was like shaving my eyebrows, but around the acne here as well, you can see that it hasn't completely covered it. But it feels nice. It feels lightweight in terms of texture. It's a little bit drier than the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer that I've been using recently that I absolutely love. I find that it makes my skin look really, really great. This one is okay. I would say it's not my absolute favorite. There's nothing about it that's sort of wowing me per se. In terms of the color match, I think it is not bad. I did go a little bit lighter than the color that I was using before. I had 300 in the Pro Filter Matte, which I thought was a little bit too dark, and this time I was trying 260. So I find that if I'm just using it all over the face, again, I think it looks kind of nice on the viewfinder, but in person it is a little bit too pale. So I would probably warm it up with a bit of bronzer, which is a good thing because I do have some bronzer to try out. But it does blend out, so it doesn't look like it's just sitting on the skin. But in terms of the hydrating feeling, I don't particularly feel that is particularly hydrating, but it is a little bit more than the actual matte foundation. So don't mind it. I'm gonna have to try, continue kind of trying that out to see if I like it more. Next up, I have the Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer, again in the sort of very similar packaging. I got this in the shade Macchiatto, which I think it says it's number 3. And they had a few different shades on there, I believe, just quickly checking. About 7 different shades, and this retails for $32. Can't get the packaging out. Oh dear. And it comes in this hexagonal, very shiny, kind of mirrored, compact, very, very sleek. This is just in a plastic, and this is sort of what it looks like. Lovely, lovely colour. Comes with a large size mirror as well, which is useful. So in terms of texture, don't you just really love it when you have like a brand new untouched pan and it just looks so beautiful? It's like a little tag at the back that I'm just going to take out. Let's see, actually, I'm going to use my fingers just to see what the shade is like, and then I'm going to use a contour brush. Ooh, that's lovely. So it's just a cream product, and that is blended really nicely just from swatching there. I believe you can just use your hands to put this on the face, but I am going to use a brush and see how that goes. I'm just using a Sigma angled contour brush. This is the F40. Pick some up. Oh, that's lovely. Blends out really lovely. I really like that actually. Oof. If you do use a brush, it does get dirty quite quickly. I don't know if you can see it, but it's gotten like sort of around the pan. So be a bit careful if you're the sort of person who don't like getting your makeup dirtied. Look at that. That blends out really, really quickly. And dust this across the nose. I really like this technique of just having a little bit of bronzer along the nose, like you've just had a bit of sun on there, and then I'm just gonna put it underneath there as well, the last bits. That is a beautiful product. It absolutely just melts into the skin. I am so happy with that. And if I haven't mentioned, this retails for $32. I think I have mentioned that. That is lovely. I quite like that. That is beautiful and actually just went over the skin really, really nicely. Let's move on to the next product. I'm going to continue working on the face and cheeks with the Cheeks Out Freestyle blushes, and they are so adorable. These are super, super tiny. I've got two shades, Summertime Wine and Rose Latte. So when I was trying to buy products for this haul, I really wanted Rose Latte, and it was completely sold out. Absolutely completely sold out all over Dubai, so I had to wait for a restock before it came back, and so I got two of them. Just opening these up. They are adorable. They're like little teeny tiny kind of white compacts. So cute. Oh. How cute is that? I think that's in the shade Rose Latte, and that is Summertime Wine. And they are little. It does come with a mirror, which is nice. I'm going to swatch both of these for you. They retail for $20, and yeah, it's just a little pop of colour, really beautiful. Ooh, that is just stunning. And blends out really, really nicely. How beautiful is that? That is a Summertime Wine, and you barely need any of it. I obviously went in heavy-handed with the swatch, but don't need as much as I did. Let's do Rose Latte with a different finger. Oh, beautiful. That is much more of a kind of almost plummy brown, but I'm hoping for a very, very natural flush. Oh, I love that. I love how different they are, but the same sort of blendability, and it's just sort of melts into your skin and makes it look super natural. Super natural. You get what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna clean my hands, and I don't know if I should use a, actually, you know what, I'm just gonna use my fingers because I feel like this is the way they will blend best. So I'm gonna try Rose Latte because I was most excited about it, and I'm just going to use the mirror that it comes with. So that absolutely just blended right in into the bronzer, just really, really pretty. Oh wow. Okay, I am bringing it quite high on my cheeks. Usually I would put them sort of here, but I'm having a moment where I'm really loving just quite high on the cheeks. That is beautiful. You do have to be careful about these pans. I've just gone in with my fingers, but it's already smudged a little bit on the sort of white casing. So again, if you're the sort of person who don't really like when things get dirtied, you can just sort of clean it up, but I'm putting a little bit more on so you can have a look. That is, oh, I say I'm really loving cream products at the moment because they just kind of give your skin a really natural glow. They feel really nice and just stunning. I do wonder if I can use the same shade sort of over the eyes as well, because it is a cream product, why not? Stand out. I love those. I love the bronzer, and I love, 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 love the blushes. Next up are the Fenty Beauty Mix and Match Snap Shadows. She's come up with so many of these. There are different color combinations, different eyeshadow palettes, and I picked up a 9 and 10 because they were the sort of shades that were speaking to me. So I am going to show them and swatch all of them for you and then try them out. So the first one, number 9, is, again, you just have that really lovely glossy white packaging. It does have the number on there. I think the sort of graphics and the way they've packaged everything is so lovely. It does show you what the shades are at the back. And this one is called Wine. You can see, oof, oh, that's so pretty. That is so pretty. It's sort of totally my shades. There are brown purples, there's a lovely bronze in there. Oh, I love this. You do see that they can get a little bit dirtied. It's just I've got shadow all over the pan, but those are really, it looks really exciting. They are quite small, but really travel friendly, and it's only $25, which I think is a fantastic price point for what it is. You get, 6 different shades. There are a mix of shimmers and matte in here, and obviously you can have more of these to bring with you. And I think the functionality of this is that it's meant to snap together with other shadows so that you can come up with your own sort of little travel palette, stacked travel palette. And if you remember when Fenty Beauty first came out, I think that was their entire, just completely dropped something. When they first came out, that was their entire sort of selling point, were these really easy to mix and match products. They were magnetic, they kind of clicked together, and I think they sort of tried to extend that sort of functionality to the rest of their products, except these ones snap on, and I'll show you that in a sec. This one, number 10, was really interesting to me because I've never really seen a color story that was set up this way from any other brands. This is called Money, and it is a green color story, which is amazing. I love green shadows, and I haven't really come across anyone who've come up with like fully kind of green. There is a different kind of chartreuse, there is a kind of olive brown, there is a really bright gold tone that looks amazing. But yeah, just really interesting. So let's get to swatches. I'm going to start with swatching Wine first, starting from kind of the top row and then followed by below. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm going to swatch Money, starting from the top row, going to the bottom. Just from swatching those, the shades are so buttery, so pigmented, really lovely kind of payoff just from swatching them on the hands. But obviously the colours tend to work differently on eyes, so I think it's really important when you're swatching and trying out new things that you actually try them on the eyes with a brush, with a finger, to see how they actually perform from just swatches. So I think I'm going to try and go with wine. That tends to be the type of colours I go for, and I think it will go really well with this sort of more neutral browny tones in the skin, in the blush that I've used, and see what we come up with. So So I've got mascara on, and that is what it looks like. I think the pigment is really strong, the colour payoff is lovely. I can definitely spend some time sort of playing around with the shades and just having a feel about how to best use them and create very different looks with them. So I don't quite mind having all of the focus on the eyes and just having very kind of neutral, natural cheeks. This is probably the most eyeshadow I have on since lockdown. So for the past year and a half, I think this is about, has it really been that long? So it hasn't been that long. About the past year, I would say. This is probably the most makeup I've had on, and the most eyeshadow I've had on, but it's really lovely. And good tip about, you know, if you're a glasses wearer, don't be afraid to go bold with the eyes, because half of it is basically hidden behind my glasses anyway, and this is the only way you can actually see anything. So don't be afraid to use color and to really go in there and really make your eyes the focal point. I think it's sort of really lovely shades on there. Quite happy with those. Right, moving on to lips. I've got 3 items but 2 different products. I'll show you 3 items, 2 different products to show you. I've got the Slip Shine as well as the Pro Kisser. And yeah, these are, surprisingly, these are shiny lipstick. I don't usually go, I feel like recently I have. Recently I've really gone for shiny lipsticks, but usually I'm more of the matte type person. I feel like in the past kind of 2 or 3 years, I've really moved away from matte and into hydrating, luscious lipsticks. So yeah, I got excited about these, the Slip Shines. I've got 2 shades, Goji Gang and Cookies and Cocoa. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know these are exactly the type of shades I would go for, and you wouldn't be wrong. So let's open these up. Packaging is quite cute. They kind of look like these. They're like little, just kind of, actually, you know what they remind me? You know what? They remind me of gemstones, if gemstones were like long cylindrical shapes, but this is what it kind of reminds me. It's got this kind of iridescent plastic packaging, shade names at the bottom, and let's open these up. Oh, super cute. Really narrow lipstick bullets. This is what they look like. They do have a scent to them. Oh, that's very sweet. It almost reminds me of almonds, like candied almonds. That's what that reminds me of. This is Cookies and Cocoa. I'm just gonna like swatch these for you. It's kind of a very neutral brown, but I think this actually has, if I'm not mistaken, oof, has a little bit of, oh, it's so shiny, look at that. Oh, I thought it might have glitter in it, but actually it doesn't. That's really lovely. Just very natural brown, with slightly reddish tones, but really neutral. I love that. I'm gonna be all over that. And the other one is Goji Berry, which is slightly redder in terms of tone, but not by much. But it does show up. There we go. It's much more of a plummy shade, but oh, really lovely. Which one should I go for? I feel like I've wine on the eyes. I'm gonna keep it quite neutral on the lips. So let's actually try this on and see what that feels like. My lips are really dry at the moment. Can definitely do with the moisture. Oh, you can definitely, the scent is sort of like getting through. It doesn't taste like anything, but you know how sometimes when you smell something you can sort of taste it? This is what it kind of feels like. That is so shiny. Very natural. Almost like you have a gel on your lips. This is probably the most moisturizing, kind of balmy lipstick I've ever tried. The color is, I think you can see a really lovely color. Pigment wise, it's obviously very sheer, but quite lovely. It settled a little bit in my lip lines right there, but I've been picking my lips, which is not a good idea to do. But it feels comfortable. It's very slippy. No surprise there. But this is definitely not something that would survive behind a mask, for example. I think it would get all over the back of your mask if you were wearing this, but it is very comfortable to wear. I feel like this is definitely something that you would be wearing when you don't have to wear a mask. I would definitely go for something a little bit sort of toned down, muted, matte for it to survive wearing a mask, but it is nice. I feel like that definitely, there is a bit of a cohesiveness in the kind of neutral ready brown that is just bringing up all over, so I feel like that's really lovely. These do retail for, let me find out, the Slip Shine Sheer Shiny Lipsticks retail for $22. And then next I have the Pro Kisser Luscious Lip Balm. So this is actually, well, this is actually marketed as a lip balm, and it comes in a little tube like this, sort of a bit like their foundation, and this is in the shade Cocoa Drizzle, and these retail for, if I'm not mistaken, these are $18. So I've heard really good reviews about these, and it comes with a doe foot applicator. Looks a bit like that. Oh, that's interesting. It's almost like a slightly synthetic cookie smell. I'm not sure if that's meant to be what it is, or it's just what I'm associating it with, but that is interesting. I'm gonna layer that on top of cookies and cream, because why not? Interesting. It actually has much more pigment than the Slip Shines. I can definitely see the pigment. It's a deeper brown, almost like a taupey brown, and it's definitely much more gel-like. It's much more cushiony, definitely much more of a balmy feel, and a little bit sticky. So I think if you have hair go across your face, it's going to like catch on there. But I like it. It's sort of comfortable. There's definitely something on your lips, so I feel like that's definitely protecting it and nourishing it. So yeah, and I feel like this entire look has sort of pulled together. It's still really lovely. Yeah, okay. Alright, so what did I think about a full face of new Fenty Beauty products? There were definitely some standouts in that haul. I think what was disappointing was probably the foundation. I was really expecting amazing things, and I think what's throwing me off is that in camera I actually really like the way my skin looks. I don't know, I'm gonna check back when I'm editing it to see if I still feel that way. But in front of me, I just feel it's really settling into lines. Definitely I can see it happening there, across the mouth, and it just doesn't look the way I would want it to look. So a little bit disappointed on there, but the standout products are definitely the cream products. So I've got the bronzer and the cheek blushes, and they are beautiful. I mean, the bronzer is just amazing. It is really nice. This is what it looks like, and I felt like it's just really melted into the skin. It was super easy to use. I feel like you could use it with a brush, with your fingers, and it would still look really nice. So absolute standout product with that. The only thing is I can already see my fingers getting all over the sort of, you know, metallic packaging on there, so I'm gonna give it a bit of a wipe. And for the cheek products, they are super tiny, super cute. I think this is really travel friendly. I love it. And again, the texture is really lovely. It's obviously it's a little bit more of a traditional cream, but I found that it blended in super well, really seamlessly, and it's beautiful and really lovely colors as well. With the eyeshadows, I felt those were solid products. I enjoyed using them. Whether those would be the eyeshadows that I would constantly reach out for, I'm not too sure. I feel like there are other products in my collection, in my stash, that I would definitely veer towards more than those for the moment. And the lip products, I mean, they're lovely. They're really kind of hydrating, moisturizing, cushiony. I find that the shades are the ones that I've picked up I really like, and that's because I tend to, you know, kind of go towards the brownie nudes, the kind of plummy tones, so those go really well with what I usually go for. And yeah, I mean, it is lovely. They do, and I'm still kind of tasting it, they do have a scent to them, so if you're not someone who likes scents near your mouth, probably avoid those. But aside from that, I feel like they're really comfortable to wear, and for something that's meant to be really sheer, they do pack a little bit of color in there, which I enjoy. So there it is. So that is my full face of new Fenty products. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do click the like button below. Let me know if you picked up anything else from Fenty Beauty, if there's anything else that you really enjoy. If you've tried the new powder foundation, do let me know what you think down below in the comments. And if you want to see more, of course, click the subscribe button down below. And I will see you next time. Bye.